So let's start this off very simple. I'm just going to make myself a new sheet here, and we're just going to start this off with just a couple of numbers. And I'll even name this, numbers. And over here I'll put, I don't know, total. There we go. So now we have our categories. And I'm just going to pick, I don't know, a 10, a 20, a 30, a 40, a 50, and a 60. Why not? And now let's just say right here I want this to be my total for everything. There's multiple ways I can wind up doing this. Now, the first thing, though, you must have for every single equation you're making is you must have an equal sign. So yes, in Excel, the equal sign comes first for every equation. So I can just say this equals cell, B3. And you see it already highlighted it. It highlighted it blue for me. It said it's B3 plus, I don't know, it's B4. You see, now there's another color there. For those of you that are colorblind, sorry, but trust me, there's another color there. Plus B5, plus B6, plus B7. You see how it keeps just adding it and highlighting it over? Plus B8. And I'll just hit enter, and boom, it gives me 210. Because, 30, 60, 100, 150, 210. It literally added all those numbers together. And I click over it, there's the equation. Right here it tells me what it is that I actually typed in. And of course, in there is the end result. So end result goes right here in the cell. The actual equation right there is right over here where I'm trying to make the mouse get squiggly, but I think it's because I'm hovering over those categories. It's trying to also think I'm trying to select them. So that's the one way. That's the one way using the equals sign. That one's just using, equals and pluses. That's the one way to do it. There's another way to do that using sum. So how is sum going to work here? We can do equal sum, and then put in parentheses. Now you notice inside the parentheses, it even gives this little thing. It says sum number 1, comma, number 2, comma, etc., etc. It's telling you how to equate this. So if I were to do, B3, comma, B4, comma, B5, comma, B6, comma, hope that's a period, B7, comma, B8, enter, and it gives me the same thing. It gave me the same thing, but instead instead of doing equals and plussing, there's a physical equation for sum. Now, what if I don't want to keep typing all these cells over and over? Is there some way to just have a range of some sort? A sum range. Well, yeah, there is a way to have a sum range, so let's just go with equals sum. Same thing as before. But this time, as a matter of fact, I don't even have to type it. I can just click. So I can click, and I can keep clicking, but as you notice I keep clicking, it's going to only select one. It keeps erasing the one that I have before. So if I wanted to, I would have to, comma, click, comma, click, comma, click, comma, click. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to, instead of using commas, I'm going to use a colon. That's right, those two little dots. And then I'll click my endpoint. And now you notice it's going, comma, instead of doing all of these, it automatically assumed, oh, there's my start point, B3, and then here's my end point, B8. So it went all the way from B3 to B8 and included everything in between them. So now when I close these parentheses and hit enter, it gives me the correct number no matter what. So yeah, that's all well and good. That's fun. There are 3 different ways you can wind up simply using math. I mean, if you're adding 2 things together, maybe you can just get away with the equals, that. Maybe if you're wanting to do a simple equation, you can also do, maybe it's not in a line. Maybe one's in A3, but one's all the way in G6, and then one's all the way in B11. and then there's another one in G12, and then there's one in E8. You know, if you have a bunch of different stuff that's not all in the same area, you could do something like this with commas, or heck, you can even just do this with the equals and pluses. But if there's a big chunk of stuff, would you rather type in 20 different numbers or 20 different cells? Or would you rather just type in 2, your start point and your end point? This right here, this range, it's going to be important. Now, there's one other thing that's going to wind up being important, and it's going to be the way these equations work. So, let's go and talk about referencing versus absolute referencing in the next video.